Hi, everyone. I'm gonna talk about something quite serious. Usually I don't use my channel to talk about serious issues directly anyway, but when when things align in my head so perfectly, I feel as if I have no choice but to talk about this serious thing that's on my mind. Okay, so as I've said before, I live in southeast Wisconsin, and if you live in Wisconsin or probably even Chicago and in the United States, I'm sure you've heard that some piece of shit guy named Michael Page shot up a Sikh temple and killed like 7 people, including a police officer, I think. So, this horrible thing happened yesterday, and it's all over the news where I live, and so yeah, that was awful, and I know you're probably thinking, well, yes, Ellen, horrible things happen like that, and it even happened in Chicago, or Colorado, excuse me, a little while ago when that guy, killed a lot of people in the theater for a Dark Knight premiere, so why didn't you talk about that? Well, because what was really put in perspective for me, like this situation, is the episode of True Blood that aired last night. And I know that it might seem disrespectful to compare like those two things, but bear with me for a second. So last night's episode, which I would love to spend another video on talking about its merits and how I just think it's awesome, and I'm so excited for this show right now, like more excited than I've ever been. But this Sunday, the one that aired, what happened in it is, so Sookie is looking for answers as to what happened with her parents, because she knows like a vampire was responsible for it, but she doesn't have all the details, and Jason is looking to, and so that leads her to the old sheriff's house, Bud Dearborn, and it turns out that he and his girlfriend are involved in this hate group who wear Obama masks and kill soups. What a soup is in True Blood is a person who is supernatural. So vampires, yes, but in the world of True Blood, things like fairies or half fairies, like what Sookie is, or a shifter like what Sam is, or a werewolf like what Alcide is. So this exists, and this group of people are simply like not discriminating against any soups, any different peoples, because they just think that because they're like this different means evil, and creates this conspiracy in their heads. And like this season of True Blood has been like more allegorical than the show really has ever been. And that's also an example with what's going on with the Authority, and the conversation that the show is having with its audience about like religion. But to more than get back to Michael Page, the real guy who killed a bunch of people, he was a white supremacist. And I think that apparently he thought that these Sikhs were Muslims, Now, to anybody who doesn't know this already, a Sikh is a Sikh, not a Muslim. It's an entirely different religion. It's yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same. And I, you know, previously to this didn't know a whole lot about Sikhs, but I know that it's a minority religion in India, and during the years where India was, you know, becoming India, and Pakistan and, yeah, Bangladesh over there, that a lot of Sikhs, for not being Hindu, were, you know, have been killed or attacked or persecuted against, and you know, a lot of them come here to the States for better opportunities, and it's almost like this sick, sad tragedy that, you know, is almost so tragic it's funny, that, you know, these people looking for, you know, thinking that they're getting a better political climate than they would have in India, come to America and then get killed for, you know, being mistaken even for another group of people entirely, because Sikhs had nothing to do with, you know, like the September 11 attacks or any of that. So, you know, like, it's, like I said, almost so tragic, it's funny. But then, like, this idea that I'm having in my head to kind of bring this video to a close, in True Blood, like, the stakes are higher than they have ever been. Like, it's not just, you know, the residents of Bontemps, or, like, you know, Eric or Bill or Pam or any of these characters who are in danger. Like, it's not just these people who are in danger, it's the whole world. The whole world is at stake for, you know, playing out this whole ideology struggles is all going on. And, you know, it makes me realize that obviously our world is at stake just as much. And, you know, because, like, obviously this is the real world we live in, so we should care about this more. We should, you know, find ways to fight against hatred more, but obviously not as effective as they should be, maybe, if, you know, we have stories of, you know, a group of innocents in their place of worship getting killed because they resemble, apparently, to the mind of a white supremacist, a group of people who attacked America 11 years ago. So, yeah, serious stuff. Okay. This wasn't too articulate, I don't think. Sayonara and Auf Wiedersehen.